The most news in the morning. CNN's American Morning. Weekday, 6 a.m. Eastern.
Started out as a news report about a break-in and alleged assault of a young woman. Well, it was the victim's brother who caught the attention of thousands and then millions on YouTube. The video went viral after it was auto-tuned.
In your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause they're raping everybody out here.
The Bed Intruder song, as it's called, even making the rare web to mainstream jump. Now, number 92 on the Billboard's Top 100 charts. Despite its fans, the video is not without its critics. Joining me to discuss their hit, part of the team behind the auto-tuned version, Evan and Michael Gregory. Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Thanks for having us. Nice to be here.
18 million hits. Unbelievable. The question I have is, are you laughing with this guy or at him?
I think what everybody was really astounded by was how Antoine mixed his outrage, his righteous anger, with humor to bring attention to a really serious situation. It's really important that we don't lose sight of the situation from which this arose, but it's also okay to have the song on your iPod.
You know, it is interesting. It cracked the Hot 100. I mean, when we first brought you guys on, because we've had you guys on a few times, it was auto-tuning the news, and you used different, news clips. It was pretty funny. But how did this one, what made you decide to pick this one? And how did it take off the way it has, that now it's being licensed on iTunes? It's correct. I mean, they're going to be playing it on radio stations around the country.
It was actually already a wild internet sensation before we ever touched it. Antoine's original interview was quite popular. So we've actually built a fan base over time for the different video and music mashups that we do. And they brought this clip to us. Our fans said, hey, have you seen this yet? Why don't you take a look?
So when you took a look, did you think, ugh, man, rape, bed intruder, no, maybe we shouldn't do this? Or did you think, wow, great stuff to work with?
I hesitated for a moment, but I heard the melody within Antoine's magnetic personality, and I thought this needed to be translated into a song. And it happened. It just happened.
And you're going to get money for it, right? And he's going to get money?
Well, so far we've all made $0, approximately $0, because the iTunes cycle is slow.
Approximately zero. That's right.
A couple of months from now, we will have made probably more than $0. And the deal that we've struck with Antoine is to split it 50-50 down the middle. He's not only a co-performer of this song, but also a co-writer.
You had to get his permission, and he gave you guys permission, because there were people who were upset, saying apparently when the original story ran at the local affiliate, they got a bunch of calls into the station saying, you know what, this makes me uncomfortable. I think you're reinforcing stereotypes of African Americans, making light of perhaps crime, serious crime in the area. But the flip side is that he was okay with it, right? He wanted it. He wanted you guys to get this out there.
This was an opportunity for at least something positive to come out of a terrible situation. And within a few months, we will have made, and Antoine will have made, between $0 and $1 trillion. So that is more than $0.
Do you guys have to say it like that because that's how the iTunes cycle is? I mean, technically, what are you going to make? Like a couple hundred thousand?
It could be in that range. We won't know until the accounting comes out, but it has hit the Billboard Hot 100, and so that in turn generates more exciting attention. People are hearing it in dance clubs around the country, which is pretty amazing.
So what's next? Do you start looking for more and more outrageous scenarios to apply your music to, or is this just a one-off happenstance?
Well, we've been doing a series called Auto-Tune the News for a while, and we'll continue to do that. We have one coming out on September 14th. That's going to be taking people from the floor of Congress, and may take Obama's speeches. And so we've been doing news for a while, and we'll just take whatever comes our way.
Is there a possibility that Antoine could end up being a millionaire because of this?
It's probably unlikely that he will hit the $1 million mark with this one, but I wouldn't discredit him or underestimate him either. Antoine is savvy and has already been making money, and is going to start his own business based on the notoriety that he got from the original interview, then kind of combined with the phenomenon of this song.
How about the Double Rainbow video? This was another big one, right? This is a guy who had a very extreme reaction, I guess you could say, to seeing the Double Rainbow. That's been a YouTube hit as well. What are you guys doing with that?
Well, that's another case of a melody that I heard right off the bat. I mean, I could have co-written that in my sleep. And we wanted to just kind of translate the excitement over the rainbow.
it's another case of just an outstanding personality where people connected to the Double Rainbow video because of the emotion that Paul, the witness to the most famous double rainbow sighting in history, that he exhibited. He was just floored with awe, and it was his natural reaction to the power of nature, and that's the same kind of emotion and star power that people connect to in the song, just like it were a pop hit on the charts.
All right. Guys, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for
That's
having us.
amazing, though, that it's 92 on the Billboard charts. That's pretty surreal. Well, anyway, congrats.